Hello, Lana. Welcome to Bafunde Academy. Today's Form 3 English class. We are going to begin from a study session. We're going to look at study skills. What are some of the skills that are helpful for us as students, as pre-candidates? What are some of the helpful skills of studies that we need to know, that we need to have, so that whenever we are reading any article, any book, any study information, any writing, we're able to gain a lot from it. How do we get to understand comprehensions, for example? So we want to look at these study skills and we want to see how we can apply them for us to get a good result of what we are studying. So welcome, and we're going to look at concentration techniques. So when you're reading, what are some of the things that you need to do? How do you concentrate? What do you ensure you do so that you don't miss out on the important points? What do you ensure that you do so that you don't read, or rather you don't do the work of reading for granted? So welcome as we look at this and as we learn how we ought to read for effective results. Yeah, welcome. So do you ever at some point feel that you do not gain much from what you're reading? Like you just find yourself reading a lot of information that you do not gain, yeah? Or even, do you notice that your friends do not take a lot of time in reading, yet they perform well in their examinations? Or you take a lot of time reading and then you don't perform well, yet they themselves, your friends, take a very short time in reading and grasp a multitude, not a multitude really, maybe to use a large collection of information, to say so. Do you find yourself reading a lot of times, many times, taking a lot of hours reading, yet you do not gain from the information that you're reading? Yeah, so we want to see why are people doing, why do some of these things take place, and why do other people take a short time in reading yet they perform better in school? And personally, I take maybe I take a lot of time, but I do not perform well. What is the difference between me and my other students? So what is the difference between you and your classmates? So it could be because of your difference in your study habits, and theirs. Maybe they have a unique way of studying and you have a different way of studying, which maybe is not appropriate. So you can make your study habits more productive by using a number of things. The very many things which, when you put in practice, you're going to be able to know how to effectively read for effective results. Now, today we're going to look at a very interesting style of reading that is known as the SQ3R method of reading. So the SQ3R stands for survey, which represents the S, then question, then read, record, and then review. So this is a method particularly meant for those people who are reading for gaining. Forget about reading for fun, like novels, storybooks, magazines, and so on. Reading to gain information. For example, in school, how do we ensure that you read well? So the SQ3R is a good method that can help you as a student to read and gain information. So in surveying, we're going to start with surveying. In surveying, you glance over the text or notebook and take notes of the main ideas. What you do in surveying is that you run through, or rather to survey is to just go through something, like you just having an observation of what is happening. You just read through it roughly, yeah, to take note of the most important ideas, or the main ideas that are found in this section. With this, you're going to use chapter headings, the headings of the chapters of that book, the subheadings within those chapters, diagrams that are used within those set sides, or rather the information that is in the subheadings or that is in the whole chapters. You'll find drawings there. So you take key note of the drawings and try and relate the information that has been written together with the drawing that has been given there. Then again, illustration is also important, and this is very, very important because it gives additional information to what has been said. So you look at the chapter headings, the titles of those, the book you're reading, you look at the subheadings, you look at the pictures which are drawn there, you look at the marks that have been given there, the words that have been written in bold, look at the illustrations that have been given and so on. This is the first part, which is known as the surveying. And then again, the first sentence of each paragraph is also considered as very important. In Form 2, I believe you learnt about something known as the topic sentence. Now, the topic sentence is useful in writing essays. And for somebody who is marking the essay for that time, we would use this topic sentence to determine what the whole paragraph is talking about. So when you read the first sentence of that paragraph, it is known as the topic sentence. So when you read that, it will be able to tell you what the whole paragraph is all about. So you need to take note of the first sentence of each paragraph, which is in other words known as the topic sentence. So consider all those that we've learned, noting the titles of what is being written, the chapters, the subheadings, the illustrations which are given, looking at the pictures which have been given there, together with the topic sentence, which is the first sentence that is given in a paragraph. By doing all this, it will make your first part of reading very interesting, such that when you're even reading it again, it will be easier for you because you'll be able to know what it is you are studying. I hope that point is clear, and I hope you've understood the first part of it. In our next session, we're going to look at the remaining parts, that is the Q and the 3R. So I hope you've learned. In case you have any question concerning this, post your question on our discussion forum. See you in our next session, and thank you.